Hello and welcome everybody, I'm One Proud Bavarian and we are here in Crusader Kings 2 Vanilla. Yes, I have to disappoint you, I'm so sorry, but we cannot do a speedrun Murloc World Conquest and Guardians of Azeroth because I did check them out. How did I just pronounce Azeroth? I did check them out and they're just not feature rich enough. I need the developers to put some more work into them and make it so that I can actually have some flavor while conquering the world. But until then, let's unify roleplay and achievement hunt. Today we're going to start a series that will end up with us gaining at the very least 3 achievements, and we're going to do it in record time. But we're not going to do it in record time because we're hurrying. We are going to do it in record time because we are going to be tremendously successful. Now what that means is we're going for Viking Ummah, which needs you to have a capital that is Norse and Muslim. We're going for Norse-East, which needs you to be a Norse character in control of the Kingdom of Mongolia. And last but not least, we're going to be going for the Norse-Indian achievement, or Indo-Norse, I believe, which needs us to be Norse holding a kingdom title that is de jure Indian land. Now all of that we're going to achieve in record time, but mostly because our character really has had enough from being overshadowed by many people that he would consider to be underneath him. Now you will see some test games right here. I only did one of them actually. I have one exact plan that I want to do that is for this episode. Everything thereafter is just impromptu, you know, we just do whatever feels right. And we're going to, of course, start with King Dyre the Stranger, who I assume is pronounced Dyre or something. Dyre. But we're going to say Dyre because that is what he does. He makes the situations for his enemies more than dire. Boom. That's some money in the Phrasenschwein right there. But all the German accents and German phrases aside, we're going to be the one that actually kind of brings Dyre out of the shadow of course, the bigger dynasty, the Rurikid dynasty. No, nobody remembers Dyre. Everybody's like, he's a stranger. Another joke. Man, it's going today, like warm bread rolls. Now, what we're going to do is we're going to, of course, play in Iron Man mode. We want 3 achievements. The rules are not much different than from the normal rules, you know, pretty standard, all in all, nothing too significant. And I'm actually going to change this to, what's it called? Sand Vikings, because we are going to make our way through the deserts of, you know, Arabia, Iraq, into the wonderful land of India and Mongolia. I have big plans, and I have big plans for this very first episode alone, because there's a gigantic jump. You know, after I came up with this idea, I looked up what other people have done on YouTube, and they all, you know, they kind of did like the Empire of Britannia or Scandinavia, and then they did a long conquest of Mongolia, and I was falling asleep just thinking about it. You know, last time I did one of those, I played the Roman Empire, and I restored it, and that was a pain. A gigantic pain in the buttocks, because essentially it was all about just grinding and grinding and grinding those wars. We're not going to do this. We're going to do something different. And for starters, that means we need 750 prestige. Now, if that already gives away what we're going to do, you know, God bless you, because you know what the plan for this episode is. Now, will we actually succeed in that plan? Honestly, I wouldn't know. I haven't tried that deep. All I was trying was to find out whether or not I can actually go ahead and do this prepared invasion. That is what I did in the test game that you saw earlier, and that is, yes, I can confirm it. I can do it. First things first, let's raise a runestone. You have decided to commission and raise a grand runestone for future generations to gaze upon. What should be carved into it? Let it speak of me, of course. The artisans who will carve and paint the runestone are asking for instructions. Which of your qualities should it speak of? Now, we are a Grey Eminence, so amazing in diplomacy, but we are also a great fighter. Heavy infantry leader, genius, ambitious, cynical, greedy, and gregarious, as well as brave. We could go with the genius trait here as our, you know, most important thing, or we can go with the brave trait. And I'll be honest with you, he doesn't really believe in the blessing of the gods, but you know what he does believe in? In being revered, in being worshipped, as though almost he was a god. And he is kind of mad, kind of salty. You know, there's a lot of salt in Kiev, or well, in Königadre, which it is at the moment, that there is King Rurik over here in the north, taking all his glory. So what we're going to do is we're going to say we are the best warrior that you will ever meet in the entire world, and I can prove it. I can prove it by what I am about to do. First things first, what you gotta do here is you gotta definitely have the hordes around you evaporate, because if you don't do it, that just means that they will raid your capital, and you do not desire that. You want them out of here, and I'm going to get it done. The stone is raised. The rune stone you commissioned has been finished and raised on the spot you chose for it. You examine the runes. While he still lived, Dyre, son of the wild, had his stone raised in his own memory. Even his enemies cannot deny the great courage of Dyre. Those who knew him can swear that when faced with danger, he was always without fear. We leave the stone, content on the knowledge that many centuries from now, when its paint has long since faded, scholars will be studying these rune carvings in an effort to glean the wisdom of their words. And let it be known that when Ukraine will look at this stone, they will not say, oh, he was just some stranger, some weirdo. They will say he was the conqueror of the end of the world, of all of India and Mongolia. It is perfect. It is perfect indeed. Alright, so far, so good. Now, with that being raided, we just got rid of the annoying horse lords over there. Let's come back home and make it so that we have 2 raiding armies so that we can speed this up at least a little bit and siege down our enemies, or rather, well, our neighbors. They're not necessarily our enemies, but you know, they're not our friends either. Let's be honest. So the idea here is that we raid and raid and raid, and we make that, we do that because we need the prestige. With 750 prestige, we can invade wherever we want to. Ooh, amazing. Pillaging and looting undertaken in your name has earned your reputation as a fearsome Viking raider. All along the coast, mothers tuck their children in for the night, warn... What is that? Oh god, I have a... Is that a bee in my apartment? You know what? I don't think it is, but if it is, I may die to the bee in honor of bringing you this video. All along the coast, blah blah. And for the night, warn that unless they behave, the terrible Dyre, scourge of the seas, will come ashore with his undead warriors and eat them. And we're a Viking, which is great because it gives us monthly prestige. I will always accept more prestige, speeding up when we can actually go ahead and prepare the invasion. Alright, with that being done, you can go over to Slutsk. You can go over to Lutsk. No, never noticed that. All that Lutsk is missing is an S. What is this? Hold a great blot. See? Oh, we actually do have a prisoner. You know what? I'm gonna hold this. Oh. Wait, where was the 3? Oh, no. We're not gonna found a kingdom. Are you crazy? Hold a great blot. Absolutely. You have sent out summons to all of your vassals for the blot. Those that have been baptized or profess to follow the teachings of the prophet will have to offer gold to be exempted from this magnificent feast. But Gidja Linda of... Is that a B? I don't think it is a B. Okay, you know what? Ignore it. You probably can't even hear it. I can't hear anything either. I'm just seeing it, you know, like slightly behind the monitor there. Those that have been baptized or profess to follow the teachings of the prophet will have to offer... Right, I've already read that. You know, the B is really bringing me out of my groove here. The guests have arrived and the time has come for the blot to begin. You gather outside the temple and start by offering animals as sacrifice to the gods. While their meat is prepared for the feast that is to follow, the blood is sprinkled on statues of Odin, Thor, Freya, and the other gods, as well as the worshippers themselves. The hangman readies his rope. Hello, High Chiefess of Drevliana. High Chiefess is brought up from your dungeons and escorted to the temple. As soon as she spots you among those gathered nearby, she hurls insults and spittle your way, continuing even as the noose is placed around her neck. The hatred in her eyes cannot be mistaken. Well, All-Father, we offer you this sacrifice. Indeed. With the sacrifice over, the feast at the end of the blot can now begin. The meat of the animals that were sacrificed has already been prepared, and there is plenty of meat to go around. Let the celebrations begin. Did we capture... Okay, we didn't capture any prisoners. I would have felt bad, because that would have meant that I could have just waited for those and then should have caught the blot. The feast is over, and with it the blot. It will be at least 9 years until you hold the next one, but this gives us, for 1 year, 0.25 monthly prestige. That is what I'm here for, okay? That is exactly what I'm here for. Alright, you have to move on down there. Congratulations to your new raiding position down there. And I need a new steward, it appears. Bring me a noble. Ooh, an amazing steward, actually. Thank you. Not that he's gonna do much, but, you know, hey, it's better having him there than not having him there. Alright, beautiful. So far, so good. We're already at 458 prestige. It is going incredibly rapidly. Now, as I said, the idea is that we get a Muslim Norse province as our capital, that we get an Indian kingdom as our kingdom, and that we get Mongolia. I will start with India. That is the big first one, so we will have to get down there somehow. Not that, you know, I have an idea right now how to get down there. Wink, wink. We're gonna do this. Oh, and you know what? I totally would be a Lightfoot leader, because we have so many Lightfoot soldiers here. Absolutely. Make them better. That is all I'm asking. Alright, so far so good. You're still sieging this. So, actually, not sieging this, but taking the loot here gives us good prestige. So I don't want to interrupt it before they're done. Oh, this is just too good. This is so damn fast how we're building this up. I actually did not do it this wonderfully in the test game that I did. We can just siege. Oh no, you still, despite them moving it, it still counts as looted. I mean, it makes sense, you know, I don't want to say it doesn't. Saying it would have been easy had it not counted as looted. By passing judgment onto criminals from the safety of your throne, a young noble is brought before you. You quickly come to the conclusion that the man is indeed guilty. Condemning him might not be the wisest choice, as he is of noble birth. If you were to pardon the man, he might prove himself useful to you, as he would be in your debt. Absolutely not. You think I'm going to lose prestige over this fella? Wrong, Valdre? Absolutely not. No way, Jose. Alright, I think we can just take the Magas here, the Magas. They are at war with Bulgaria, and I think they're gonna lose that. The Magas are not going to migrate. Oh, that's a big thing. I mean, it's not really gonna bother us, because we're not gonna stay here in Russia, so that we don't have to deal with this fella up here, and be in his shadow. But, you know, even then, Jesus. You don't see that often. The Magas being repelled. A very, very rare sight, if I dare say so. Did we pick up any prisoners? Nope. Okay. Absolutely fair. Right, keep taking this down, please. Thank you. I don't think there's anything to loot here. Actually, I can loot this immediately and get some prestige for it as well. And I will lecture you on light foot, of course. With more generals like him, who can stand against me? I mean, I don't know, dude. You tell me. I love how they moved it. They were like, they just raided there. We probably want to get out of there, you know? And right they are indeed. Alright, wonderful. So we're making a really good amount here. What I'm going to do now is I'm going to hold a Great Tribal Festival, because that will immediately boot us up even further. The Great Festival is exactly what the people of Cunegardre need to strengthen the bonds with their fellow tribesmen. It would also be a great opportunity for the chieftains to bring offerings to our ancestors, bringing prosperity to our lands. Let's get it started. Let's go. Okay. Don't want to do that, buddy. The period of festivities is about to start. All sorts of peddlers, bards, and fortune tellers are gathering in Cunegardre, bringing their tales and offerings. I should make sure to prepare myself before traveling to meet my tribesmen. I think I will go hunting. I could also study the old legends. I don't think he would do that. I will look for our best craftsmen. Ah, yeah, that gives me monthly prestige. You know what? Absolutely. I'll pay some buck for my bang. The celebrations have finally begun. Cunegardre is bustling with activity. People from every corner of Cunegardre have traveled here to pay their respects to me and my ancestors, exchange tales and goods, and just have a good time. Fair enough. What are you doing here? Get out of here. I don't think they're coming for me, but I don't want them to even be close to me. As I walk around the crowded streets of Cunegardre, a strange aroma catches my attention, leading me to the obscure stand of an old alchemist. Seeing my curiosity, the man shows me some of his wares and their prodigious effects. Right, reading. I could get a strength potion. I guess it's just like, it just depends on how you pay for it. I would rather pay money, sure. Absolutely. Why would I not pay money for that? And speaking of paying things, kind of feeling the Housecarl, so the Huscarl regiment right there. I am kind of feeling that. Can we raid anything? It's all still raided, isn't it? Yeah, indeed. I guess you. Sure. Why wouldn't I? Why wouldn't I? With so many lavish feasts being prepared for the festival, many of my guests have started to talk about outcompeting each other to see who amongst them can eat fastest and the most, to the point that every other night we have an eating contest or two. America has arrived, it appears, in Kiev. Sounds fun. I think I'll join. Absolutely. Let me eat. A long line of tribesmen sit one next to each other, slamming their fists on the table and loudly inciting the few contenders to eat fast, as the servants move back and forward to bring more food and take away empty plates. I phase out for a moment, gagging, and then go back to my meal. Let the best man win. I throw away the last bone and let out a long sigh, looking at the pile of plates beside me. There's a moment of silence as my only remaining opponent falls down, followed by the cheering of the crowd. Some of the tribesmen try to raise me up, but after a few failed attempts, they decide to just pat me on the back instead. We could become gluttonous here. But the prestige is very, very nice that we get here. It speeds up everything so considerably, and we are indeed not gluttonous. Wonderful. With the period of festivities nearing its end, it is finally time to burn our offerings to the old gods and pray that they will protect us in the years to come. A long moment of silence shrouds Cunegardre as the smoke rises to the nightly sky. Then the shamans lead us in a somber hymn, concluding the ceremony. You know what? Actually, I want to consider something. No, you're Slavic. Russian. Okay, fair. Glory to Tur. Alright, so far so good. For you. Okay, let me take a look at everybody around me. When will this looted stop? 870 in July. Beautiful. So we're almost there, meaning I can actually split these troops, then let them go for these two provinces yet again. There you go. Absolutely beautiful. Absolutely beautiful. Frankly, this might even be it. Fairly close anyway. Things quickly get out of control as my soldiers storm the gates of Khorassan tribe, killing indiscriminately and sacking every building they come across. They seem to have lost all sense of discipline. Look, dear soldiers, dear raiders, I said we're gonna go on a raid. We're gonna take everything they own, gonna kill everyone they love, but hey, you're overdoing it a bit there, okay? I think my interpretation of the word raid is a bit different of yours. What a nonsense event. What an absolute nonsense event. I'm gonna try this one. We're gonna lose some army here, but if we get the prestige up, we did not. So we just lost some respect from our troops there. What an absolutely strange disaster. I think that is the right way to phrase that. When are you gonna be done? 871, 14th of January, absolutely beautiful. Means that this one should also be done, indeed. Wonderful. That is how this is supposed to go. How dare you try siege me, excuse you? I'm gonna destroy you. You should also be done, no? 12th of June, 871, what? Am I blind? Yeah, that's what I thought. Jesus, how strange. Alright, but we are almost there. Now, 750 is a big number, because 750 lets us declare an invasion. And an invasion is exactly what we need if we don't just want to, like, build an empire here and then, you know, timidly and during about 80 episodes or so make our way east. Instead, with the prepared invasion, we're going to jump immediately into the action. So, once we're at 750, it will be time. I will also raid all of you, by the way, but that's a bit of a different story, I suppose. Alright, 760. That's fair. Wonderful. Now I'm going to position you here, just for the record, and then I shall go. Hello, dear Abbasids. How art thou? Oh, and it's actually a revolt for the Arabian Empire, and the revolt is currently winning, but I shall prepare an invasion against Caliph al-Mu'taz nonetheless. Let's hope that, you know, I don't even know. If he gets disposed, does that kill the prepared invasion? It might. It might, actually. So the way prepared invasions work, if you are not aware, the closer you are to having 100% of the troops available to your opponent, the more troops you actually get. You know, you would think that if you have like 200 troops and they have 8,000, that more people flock to you, but I assume that that would be OP. So what Paradox did is, the stronger you are, the more people will go, hey, brother, I will support you in your claim for Arabia? So what we are indeed what our position is here is essentially we are already fairly close to 8k. Once we reach 8k, we will have non-stop troops coming in. Those troops also bring boats. It's a wonderful, wonderful situation. Alright, I'm just going to position you here until we have enough troops that I can dissolve my levy. I shall also... See, look at this. This is just... I love it. I love this so, so much. Just let's take a look at the deadline here. That would be 13th of December, 873. Good to know. I think I can already dissolve my troops, and what I shall do afterwards... Ooh, a man named Knut actually appeared. Thank you, Knut. What I will do is I will actually get a Huskar regiment. Look at this. Look at all these people arriving, and just like that, we're suddenly at 9.52k. And now the big deal is, though, our supply limit actually fluctuates very, very heavily. I definitely just want to, you know, kind of wait it out. Prepare food and bed. Sigurd, I shall teach you in Lightfoot, sure. Most of our troops, I know our, you know, retinue and whatnot is definitely not Lightfoot, but I think you figure it out. Right, he learned something there. Excellent. Prepare food and bed, and, you know, the drill. During the winter, this goes down to 14.6k. Good to know. But that's just a normal winter. In a severe winter, you would maybe have about like 10k. I gotta just watch out that I don't take any attrition there. That would be just such a shame. Did you just see Kjartan arrive with like 1k troops? Excuse me? 1.8k troops? Kjartan! Thank you. And the Manichaean faith triumphant. Apparently the Zoroastrians are losing it. Losing it so early on. Now, how's this war going? 9%, so I think the revolt is actually being struck back. Which I like to see. Let me tell you. I like to see that. But I think I will already, yeah, we definitely have to split you up. At the very least, split you up. I mean, there you go. A renowned hero has arrived at your court with his warriors and followers, hoping to partake in your glorious invasion of Caliph Al-Mu'taz. Make room at the high table. Hey, it just actually arrived with like 2.3k troops, dude. Oh my god. That's wild. That is absolutely crazy. See, when I tested this, I did not have those people come in. I had good people come in, but not these literal heroes. Actual legends. Leave commander, thank you very much. I'm gonna actually tell you, none of you can be commanders. Just so that nobody annoys me. Alright, just remember, it was December 73. While passing judgment onto criminals from the safety of your throne, a young noble is brought before you. You quickly come to the... Oh, we've already had that. Get him out of here. Get him out of here. Right, I'm gonna split you again. There we go. I think you'll be fine over here, right? Probably. Just don't want to take any attrition. That's the big deal. If you take attrition, you're screwed. 23k. Are you seeing this? It is absolute insanity. 23,000 men serving us. And it's still like half a year to go to the invasion. And we're getting unlucky, of course. When I say it, nobody arrives anymore. That's just typical. Very typical. Alright, you can go over here, just chill out so that we don't take any attrition whatsoever. We need a new marshal, it appears. I shall, of course, tell that marshal not to do any... Knut, you know, you are a hero and you arrived here to be a hero. You know, screw it. You're not gonna be an army commander. Don't be ridiculous. Almost 30k. Honestly, it's a bit outrageous. It is quite a bit outrageous. And I don't even think I need to go down there. Nope, just don't need to. Wow. Easy. Were you saying anything? So what are we talking about? 13th of December. Let's, you know, go down a bit. I want to get to the maximum of days until I have to declare, in the hopes that maybe we're going to get additional troops. Doesn't look like it. Alright, pause, because now we're going in. The Abbasid Caliphate knows nothing about the people that we are leading. The people that we will indeed bring south with us. Oh, it is glorious. Now, I don't want to go for Jerusalem. That's just ridiculous. Not for Syria either. What I was thinking is either Iraq or Arabia. Both of which are good positions because both of them actually border... Oh, yeah, no. Arabia does have some over there, so that is definitely fine. I don't know, actually. I think Arabia almost makes more sense. Then we, like, take some here, we get parts of Iraq nonetheless, and then we have all of this, but we don't actually need to siege it. I think we're going to declare for Arabia right here. But, if you know anything about AI in Crusader Kings 2, it is essentially this one thing. Don't expect the AI in Crusader Kings 2 to be smart enough to defend their own territory. What we need to do is, we need to stop them from assaulting us wherever they can. So I want to leave our capital open right now. Just entirely unsecured, you know. Oh, dear Caliph. It would be terrible if you suddenly came to Konogadra. It is empty. And try to conquer it. And in that way, as we are, oh god, not the attrition. As we're just sitting here, we can essentially already say they are going to come. And they are going to try to take it. Which I wouldn't advise, I'll be honest with you. Now, the thing about that is, of course, we're not just fighting the Caliph, we're fighting literally everyone that is willing and able to come to the aid of the Caliph. And as such, of course, we'll have to, you know, wait a bit. We will simply have to wait a bit. Isn't that room? Where you going, buddy? Where are you going? He's just walking back and forth. Look, we could go down there. We have boats, right? But I don't want to go down there right now. We need to strike them down. The only way that I could lose this invasion is if all of my primary provinces get sieged out and I have to peace out at 100%. And I cannot. I can, under no circumstances, have that happen. But that's at least my take on this situation here. And I haven't even raised my levy. I mean, just think that through. Look at all these troops. 25k. Goodness me. Absolutely incredible. Only 7.26k troops. That's embarrassing, my friend. Now, we do, of course, have ticking war score against us, but, you know, it is what it is. Not gonna be sad about that. I just, you know, want to make sure. Where are they? Is anybody coming? Nobody coming? I already know if I go down there, there's already gonna be like a million troops up here trying to siege me out, you know? It's always the same, every damn time. But so far, nothing, huh? I'm gonna give it at least a little bit more time here. Already declared war like 2 years ago or something. Yeah. Shit. Okay, in that case, let's take some of our troops down here, okay? Let's take these two, I think. You can move in here, you can move over there. Then we're gonna take both of you. I can't have it sieged out, dude. I cannot afford it. Alright, there you go. 16k. Making their way. Can't go down here, sadly, because there's not actually any way to cross into the Indian Ocean. I'm just looking at this, right? Because I want as little attrition as I can get, which means that we gotta start sieging somewhere. Otherwise, we're gonna just eat the attrition for a million years. I think I'm gonna just go over here and then we're gonna try to maybe siege this out first. I don't want to go too far here because we would take this. Actually, it doesn't really matter. You know, now that I look at it, it doesn't really concern me. Right. 8.8k troops. Are we losing money? Yes, effectively we are. Are you fully built up? Almost. Once that is fully built up, we should no longer be losing any money. And here we go. Let's land, boys. Let's take this in a storm. Now that should mean that we get pretty decent, but only pretty decent, ooh. That's cute. Let's do it. Let's do it, boys. Let's go. Oh, they're all holy warriors too. This is great. Alright, let's hope that we actually can win this. Let's tone it down a bit. They have obviously the better troops, as they do. But we're defending, and we're getting the desert bonus, as well as the holy warrior bonuses, and an amazing tactical choice here by one of our generals. And that is a very distinct, very clear victory. They have been annihilated. That is as simple as I can say it. Ooh, and there you go. See, I almost missed it. Hey, that's not even a war enemy. That's just one of our goddamn dudes over there. What are they called? Hordes. That's just one of the hordes. Alright, we took a decent amount of attrition here, which is saddening. But I just want to keep all of this under control, you know, take a look at everything. Now, of course, the hordes are really good at the first phase, but after that they're terrible. They just simply do not do that much damage in that phase, which is the excellent news. I wish I could take, like, you know, a camera and look at both of these. Yo, perfect. Alright, let's keep this under control. They're not coming for us yet. I'm a big fan of that. My wife Sif is pregnant. Sif! I thought they killed you in Dark Souls 1. What a joke, am I right, boys? Okay, jokes aside, we are doing great so far. I think I can motivate myself to actually pick up... Okay, we're gonna pick up one more army here, I think. Yeah, I think that's a good idea. Is this the same rebellion still? It is. Jesus. But they are losing now, which makes, I mean, a lot of sense. Let's be real. I'm gonna pick up one of you and gonna leave the rest of the... What is happening here? Not coming for me. Goodbye. But I think they're coming for the north now. Good thing that we do have levy. And that levy will be used to make things happen. This pregnancy has made my wife Sif much more talkative and cheerful than usual. She never misses the chance to chat with anybody within earshot. Unfortunately, most scholars agree that a pregnant woman should spend as much time as possible resting in a dark room to avoid giving birth to a sickly child. See, the thing is, I'm gregarious. And I have a pretty good impression of my wife, so you know what? I will let her have a fun. Absolutely. I will not be like, woman, get back into your cage. No, some people say that. I won't. No worries. Alright, everybody get on board. And then everybody get in here. That's 8.4k. And an additional 4k down here helping us siege. Big fan. My wife can really never stop chatting with courtiers and staff. If nothing else, this new habit of hers has made her much more comfortable and skilled at talking. Maybe she's even gonna stop being depressed, fingers crossed. I mean, she is married to the Dyre stranger, you know. How positive would you be if you had to be married to the Dyre stranger? I don't know, they're not coming for the capital. I bet the AI, I mean, they probably actually cheat and they look at it and are like, we know that you have 8.4k troops up there. I will, however, move you there, just to be certain that I, you know, got it covered. I would love to have you move down there, I think. Only one holding is enough to take all of that. So I think... Oh, haha, haha. Oh. Yeah. Okay. This is going to be difficult, but it's actually going to be you that's going to be in the defense here, so we should be okay. Please. Tell me we are okay. Oh, it's going to be rough, dude. It is rough. I mean, it already is, but we are winning. Are we though? Oh god, you gotta... Why are you not? You gotta help him, dude. You gotta help him. Oh god, I think we're gonna lose that. Oh, what? This flank has 8k troops? That's ridiculous. That is actually outrageously stupid. Oh, there are 8k troops there. I gotta balance the flanks here a bit, I think. That's real stupid. But that aside, that's okay. Oh, we took a heavy amount of damage here. I need... Who's already locked in? I can't remember. Okay. Oh, wait, okay, you... What? You're locked. Okay, that one was locked in. And then you can, like, go down here, I guess. I don't know. Siege this. Anybody up here? Nope. Okay. Just checking. Just checking, brother. Alright, we are destroying the caliphate, just as Allah intended. Inshallah, am I right, boys? We're gonna convert, by the way, like, in time, we're gonna become Muslim. I can already tell you, it's necessary. I think there is interesting playstyle to be found in the Indian religions, so like Hindu and Jain and Buddhism. But I think in this one, especially because one of the achievements requires us to have a Muslim province that is also Norse, we will eventually convert to Islam. I think it also will help us, you know, conquering the steppes and whatnot. So I think that is a fair assumption that that's going to happen. Alright, are you actually coming to me? Because I can defeat that one. Sure. I just don't want to split my armies too far, you know? Where you going? Where you going, buddy? Alright, I assume that he's getting taken war score. How deep are we? 32 minutes. He controls Arabia, yes. If I take a single province in Arabia, that will go away. You know what? Let's do it in the next episode. Ooh, easy. Good entry. We have already made it this far, and we are going to finish this in episode number 2 of the Norse invasions, the Sand Vikings. Later, alligator.